What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link is in the description box also. They asked me to put it up. I put it up. This video is so you got treated like you're black now. Okay. This video is for the people who are non-black, and even non-black males specifically, who on one end, they try to tell you, racism doesn't exist. Racism isn't that bad. It's not what you think. Everything is overlooked and overhyped and oh my God. And then when they reach a certain amount of unfairness in life, they equate it to, I'm getting treated like I'm black. Now, I'm trying to I'm laughing at people because I'm like, but you are the same person who, publicly said it's not a big deal, but now it's a big deal. You get what I'm saying? So, what am I talking about? Let's just say, academically, right? They have stereotypes. So, oh, you can't be that smart, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. So now your kid is in school, and your kid is like, and they know they have benefits. They know that, there's a racial caste system as far as intelligence, economics, and treatment, so on and so forth. And then it's like, oh, that's not true. It doesn't exist. Really, it doesn't. Okay. So your kid gets good grades on the test. And then they make them take the test again just to make sure. And then they make them take the test again, or they're watching them. Like they empty the room and they're watching them just to make sure that they didn't cheat. And then and then that same parent, that same kid's like, wait, this is what y'all do to black kids. Y'all treating me like I'm black, like, like on the flip side, some of y'all don't know, when you go to certain schools, they have all these protocols, like that they have to follow. So sometimes when these kids are testing, these parents know the protocols, right? Or that can give their kids extra time, which gives them more time to think, which ultimately makes them look smarter. Now, even if the black parents know this protocol, they ain't gonna implement it. You're gonna hurry up, right? So what winds up happening is, they yank away your protocols, they give you your advantages, and then you're like, wait, no, I need my advantages. Now you're treating me like I'm black, like I don't deserve advantages. And it's like, wait. So not having built-in advantages means you're getting treated like you're black, but if you're black, that doesn't exist. Okay. Right. Let me go into employment real quick. I know this guy who in New Orleans, the population is mixed, so you can have it's difficult to tell the race of the person you're dealing with by their name if you just saw their names, because you got Asian people who are named Lee, you got white people who are named Lee, you got black people who are named Lee. Same name, you get what I'm saying? But it's in different contexts. So you can literally have a person of any ethnicity with a in New Orleans would be an interchangeable name that if you're outside of New Orleans, it'll be like, oh, this guy's Asian, or this guy is white, or what I'm saying? So you really don't know. So this guy put in the application, and they thought he was Asian, right? So he has to fly to like Nebraska or something for this company to do the interview, and they looking at him like, who the hell is that? And they looking at the list of names, and they like, well, it's not a I mean, I don't see no Tavius's on this thing, so I mean, I don't know who could he be. I mean, we got him out of here. I know. So then they say his name. He go, yeah, here, and they like, what? I thought he was Asian. So now they figuring out ways to get rid of him in the hiring process because they thought they hired an Asian dude by name. Why do I say this? Because there's similar circumstances where people who aren't black, they realize that they didn't get hired because they weren't white. You know, their name was the Hispanic name, get rid of it. Asian name, get rid of it. You know, that name, get rid of it. You know, Samoan, get rid of it. And then they be like, wait, I was qualified. Oh, no, but I got treated like this because, they treated me like I was black. And it's funny, you know, talked about when I was at the gym some time ago before the presidential election, the last presidential election. This guy at the gym, cool guy, Mexican cat. He was like, you know, everything Trump's saying at those rallies, that was just games, man. I'm voting for him. I'm a supporter of him. I'm like, he ain't playing, dog. You don't take him seriously, do you? You better take him seriously. He ain't playing, dog. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay. I was like, look. What he said in them rallies, he meant that. He ain't playing. You keep thinking he ain't playing. You gonna see it in a minute, though. So he thought at the time that I was trying to tell him don't vote for Trump because, you know, his demeanor was, you know, I'm on code with them and we got the winking and nod. We got an agreement here between his people and my people. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's you about to see where this is about to go. So fast forward, you know, about a year later, I'm at the gym. He's uncomfortable. I'm like, what's the problem? He said, man, I can't go anywhere. I can't take my kids nowhere. These white guys are really racist, bro. Like, they're really out to get us. I can't go to the movies. I can't go out to eat. I can't take my kids nowhere. They're insulting. They're this. They're that. They just treat me like I'm the enemy. And I'm just like, oh, you just figured this out. And he's like, he wanted to move. I don't know if he moved it or not. But he's like, man, I'm going to Arizona or Nevada, somewhere where there's a high Hispanic population. He's like, I can get out of this city. I don't want to be here no more because these white boys is crazy. I'm like, but I thought y'all had the wink and a nod agreement. It's like, you know. And I know over time, the more things have happened, he probably feels like, damn, you know, because it's okay if you know what you're getting into, but if you thought y'all had an agreement and y'all get along a certain way, it's a whole other thing, right? Because it's like, now it's like, my God, like, I'm getting treated like I'm black. And talked about this before with I forget which one of Cheech and Chong it was. One of them went to jail for weed. Weed paraphernalia or something. He was selling like bongs or something on the internet, and it was like a prison documentary. He was in a cell and he says, you know, so how do you feel? Like he said, man, the whole system just turned against me on a dime, basically. And how did you feel like you was treated? I was treated like I was black. You know, he's a celebrity. He's a millionaire. He's a freaking icon for potheads everywhere. But he was like, I got treated like I was black. Like, no, we gonna throw you under the bus regardless of what's going on. So, you know, and then you see that same ideology with even with women. Like, you know, women know, even black women know, black women don't get treated like black men. So if something really extreme happens, then they're like, I got treated like I was a black man. Like they treated me like, because even black women will say, they'll go to, I'm a woman, treat me like a woman. So if somebody does something that just goes overboard, like the Sandra Bland thing, I think was a wake up call to black women. Like, you got treated like a black man just now. I know, no disrespect to her family and her death or whatever, but I think that in ideology, I think that was the shot. Like the young lady who got shot at the guy's door in the middle of the night. She got treated like a black man, and I think that was a shock to the system. Like, yo, you got treated like you was really black, like not a black woman, like black, like So same thing that goes on, say with like the Trayvon Martin stories. You don't see other groups' kids get shot down like that in these circumstances, and people go, oh, because when that happens, then they go, you getting treated like you're black. And the reason I keep bringing this up and saying it this way is because what winds up happening is people on one end, they say it's all, non-black people like to talk about it's a level playing field, but when they deal with a unfair situation, all of a sudden, they got treated like they're black. So our norm is a disadvantaged vantage point. So how you gonna how in 1 minute you gonna tell me that this disadvantage doesn't exist, but when it happens to you, you know exactly what it is, right? When I go after I make this statement, I said this about the Young Turks before. The Young Turks point out quote unquote racial injustice or social injustices, but what type of stories they can't use for the majority of their stories about disadvantagement or oppression or disenfranchisement are black people. See, you don't find, it's not often where you find these extreme stories with Muslims or with Hispanics or with Asians or even with women. Every time they use a story, it's not every time, but the majority of stories, this black person, this black person, this black guy, this black guy, this black guy, this black guy. See, you don't hear about white guys or Hispanic guys or Asian guys getting shot butt naked running around, getting shot with a sandwich in their hand because they thought it was. You don't hear these type of scenarios. You get what I'm saying? You don't. So it's always like this trigger. We're like everybody's dog whistle that it's happening to the black people. We're next. We're next. But at the same time, you telling us that it's really not race. You get what I'm saying? So the topic always intrigued me, so I just brought it up. Now I got to go do some things. I'm out. Peace.